What's good, y'all? And welcome to the lab. It's your boy, it's your brother, Ariel. And today, we're going to talk about goal setting. That's right, y'all. Welcome into 2019. And congratulations on everybody making it from 2018 into 2019. And in 2019, we're going to do a lot of things different, okay? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So in 2019, we're going to do things differently than we did in 2018 so that we can see different results, okay? And in 2019, we're going to goal set. And we're not going to goal set in January alone. We're not going to goal set in January and February, okay? We're not going to goal set in January, February, and March. We're going to goal set the whole 2019. And this video is going to help you game plan your 2019 so that you can achieve everything you set out to do and more. Because once you take action and once you take steps, you will also see the compound effect of your momentum, and it will take you places you've never seen before. Have anybody ever watched a basketball game, right? And in 1 minute and in 20 seconds, the whole momentum shifts, and one team can be up 5 and then be down 10, right? It's really the compound effect. It's really in momentum streaks, okay? And in order to get into that momentum, you got to take action. You got to plan for it, all right? We got to do things different. And I want us to be able to understand goal setting, because goal setting is the difference between the haves and the have-nots, all right? And we're tired of being in the have-nots. We want to be in the haves in 2019. We want to actually achieve what we set out to do. We actually want to amass more wealth. We want to have better relationships. We want to have better self-worth. We want to have better friendships, all right? And the only way we can do that is if we start to plan this thing strategically. People don't become millionaires by accident. People don't become wealthy by accident. People become wealthy and successful over time with goal setting. Goal setting is very important and is very key to your life, because goal setting gives you a purpose. Goal setting gives you a plan, and it gives you the necessary steps to take in order to achieve that plan. You're no longer waking up and going with the flow, okay? You're waking up with a purpose. You're waking up with passion. You're waking up with a plan to take steps in order to achieve those things that you set out to do, all right? And in 2K19, you're going to be the best that you can be by goal setting. And let me just tell y'all this, all right? Goal setting is not a one-time thing, okay? You have to master the art of goal setting. You have to master the art of planning. And the only way to do that is with repetition. Repetition is the art of mastery, okay? Please lock that in. Get that into your mindset. Repetition throughout everything is the way you master anything, okay? In basketball, when you're shooting free throws, you want to shoot at least 500 free throws, because then you get muscle memory, okay? You get mastery. It becomes so natural that you do it and you don't even know, okay? Same thing for a quarterback. When he's throwing passes, they want to throw 500 passes a day, 200 passes a day, because it's muscle memory, it's training, it's self-development, and it's mastery. In business and your relationships, you can apply repetition to everything in your life, and it will get better. And trust me, if you don't goal set, you will get better at not goal setting. If you get used to being in poverty without practicing to get out, you will become great at being in poverty. You will become great at being broke. You will become great at staying stagnant, at staying complacent, and staying stuck in a rut for the rest of your life, until you make the conscious decision to do better, until you make the conscious decision to start training for your dreams, to start mastering self, so that you can be the best that you can be in business, you can be the best that you can be in family, and you can be the best that you can be in your spirituality. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And the first thing we're going to start off with is your why. It's very important to understand your why in 2019 because your why is going to be the fuel that you need when you feel down. Your why is going to be the fuel that you need when you wake up. Your why is going to be the fuel that you need to stay up late and to get up early. All right. You want to be able to have something to look on, to something that gives you motivation so that you can do the things you want to do. Because as humans, we are naturally motivated to do things in order for a benefit of us, okay? We get up and go to work, and we're motivated to go to work because we get money. We're motivated to get up, and we're motivated to do things because we meet new people. We're motivated to get up because we want new experience in life, all right? So you have to have your why down pat. You have to have your why in order, and you have to have your why around you 24/7, because whenever life throws a punch or whenever life is ready to take you down, you're going to need your why to get you back up. You're going to need your why to fuel you to keep moving forward. You're going to need your why to make that one more step. It may be just one more step. You'll be surprised how many people give up and they only had one more step. You only had one more step, but life knocked you down and life put you down, and you was like, man, I'm trying something else. I'm doing it over. I'm not taking that route no more. And you only had one more step to go and you didn't even know, but you let life knock you out. You let life take you off your path. You let life take you off your course. But you can get back on your course. You can continue to strive, and you can continue to make efforts if you have a why. And your why has to be clear. Your why has to be something easily understood. Listen, I know we all have material things we want, all right? Houses, cars, clothes, vacations. I get it. Those things are all great, and I want you to have all of those things. But over time, I realized those things aren't enough motivation to get you up and to get you to fight back, okay? Now, I need you to think about 3 people who you love, whether it's your mom, whether it's your dad, whether it's your nieces or your nephews, your aunts, your cousins, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever. And I need you to make them your why, okay? Make them your why first and foremost. Because once people start depending on you, you get a whole nother boost of energy that you didn't even know you had. And I'll give you an example, right? When you say you want to go to the gym to gain 15 pounds, right? It's easy for you to give up on yourself because you're always looking for an excuse to hold back yourself, okay? But when you make a commitment to your brother, to your friend, to your mom, to your aunt, to meet them at the gym, you're going to make sure you're at the gym 15 minutes early so that you will be held accountable and that they can't say, listen, he wasn't there. He gave me his word and he didn't show up, right? You're going to do everything that you can to make it to the gym for them. So I need you to make them your why. I need you to make them your fuel. I need you to make them your passion. Because once you are locked into them, you understand that they are relying on you, and you understand that you can't give up now. You can't give up when you got a 5-year-old niece or a 5-year-old nephew or a 2-year-old daughter or a 2-year-old son who's dependent on you for them to eat. They're dependent on you for shelter. They're dependent on you for clothes, for heat, for love, for warmth, for encouragement, for instruction, for teaching, for discipline. Listen, their whole life depends on you. And when someone's lives depend on you, you become way more motivated than you could ever be. You become way more driven. You become way more energetic, and you become way more passionate about achieving those things you want to achieve, because it's no longer about you. It's about them. So I need you to make your why super clear and specific. And don't get me wrong. If you want the house, if you want the car, if you want the money, the shoes, the vacations, whatever, that's cool. But that's secondary, okay? Make that secondary. The first one is going to be your why. Who do you love? Who do you want to give a hug? Who do you go to when you're down? Who do you lift up? Who do you feel is watching you when no one else is watching you, okay? And make that person your why, because that is going to give you your drive in 2019. So we just talked about making people your why. Now we're going to get into goal setting. And one method we like to use is the SMART method. And the SMART method is S. And the S stands for specific, okay? You have to make your goals extremely specific. You have to make them so that you know there's a proper plan or course of action you can take every single day. If you want to make $100,000 in a year, that's $8,200 per month. All right, you have to make your goals very specific so you can hold yourself accountable so that you can know where you're at in the process. All right, and the next one is measurable. You have to make your goals measurable so you can have milestones in your goals so that you can see yourself making progress so that it's harder for you to give up. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds and you went into the gym and you weighed, let's say you weigh 160 and you went in, you weigh 159, that's a milestone. That's measurable. That's something you can physically touch, physically see, and physically do. So you can see that you're making progress and your work is not in vain. Your hard work is not going to waste, okay? You have to make your goals measurable. This way you hold yourself accountable and you can see your progress. Next is the A. And it's action. All right? So specific, measurable, action. You want to take one step every single day towards your goals so that you can take action. And when you take action, you build momentum, right? Would you rather take 100 steps in one day for the whole year? Or would you rather take one step once a day for 365 days? Everybody's going to say one step a day, right? Because you get more steps. You get 365 steps at the end of the year. Towards the other person who was walking so fast, they took 100 steps, but after that 100 steps, they burnt out. They gave up. They quit. Life knocked them down and they didn't give up. So you want to make sure you're taking action every single day, all right? The next one is R, for relevant. You want to make your goals extremely relevant to yourself so that it becomes more realistic, okay? If you've never made $1 million in a year, I'm pretty sure you're not going to shoot for 100 million, right? Because that's just not even relevant. Let's not even take it that far. Let's say you're in a relationship, you have 3 children, and it's you and your wife, and you're both working 2 jobs, okay? It's going to be pretty hard for you to go to the gym 5 days a week because you have so many other responsibilities with your kids, with both jobs, with your wife, with your family members. It's not really relevant. It's not really realistic for you to go to the gym 5 days a week. But what is realistic is the fact that you may have an off day, right? And on your off day, you can go to the gym once a week on your off day. And for a month, you go to the gym once a week, every Monday for 2 hours, right? And then in February, you kick it up a notch because you seen in January, you was able to do it once a week for 4 weeks straight. So now you could probably go to the gym twice a week on both of your off days for the next month. So you can develop that muscle and or lose weight, all right? That's relevant, okay? You got to keep it relevant. You got to keep it realistic, all right? And the next one is your time frame. And you have to set a time frame because you have to have deadlines, okay? You don't want to have a goal of losing weight and just say, oh, I want to lose weight because it becomes too vague. It doesn't become real. It's like you just want to lose weight. Like, how much weight do you want to lose? And by what date do you want to lose this weight, right? Because when it's generalized, you can't really grasp it. When it's generalized, you don't really have a motivation because it's just like willy-nilly, hey, whatever it is, I'm just going to do it whenever. And that's not how you become successful. That's not how you lose weight or gain weight. That's not how you make more money. That's how you lose more often than not because it's too general. It doesn't have an impact. It doesn't have an effect on your everyday life. All right, so we got to make deadlines and we got to keep time frames so that we can understand that the pressure is on us to make a move. The pressure is on us to get this book written by the end of January, right? The pressure is on us to get to the gym 3 times that week So the deadlines is very important because it creates the pressure for people to do things. And I want to also talk to you about pressure, right? We got to change our pressure perspective, okay? And your pressure perspective, the 2 P's, is the way we view pressure. We have been taught that pressure is a bad thing. We have been taught that pressure weighs you down. We have been taught to look at pressure as a negative light. But now I want to put pressure in a positive light. Why? Because pressure builds diamonds, okay? Pressure creates diamonds from rocks. And pressures separate the haves from the have-nots, okay? Pressure is what's going to make you move towards your goals, or pressure is going to make you move away from your goals. And pressure perspective is the way you view pressure, okay? When you're hungry, your body pressures you to eat, right? You understand that pressure, right? When you have a desire or an urge to get a girl or to get a guy or to get a car or to take advantage of the opportunity, it's the pressure building up inside of you that makes you go for that guy, that makes you go for that girl, makes you go for that opportunity. So pressure is not a bad thing. Your pressure perspective is all how you look at it, okay? Pressure makes diamonds, man. And you're a diamond in the rough. But you got to realize that pressure is a good thing. Pressure is going to help you move towards your goal. When the pressure is on, it's fight or flight. And it's time to take flight because we want to be the best that we can be in 2019, all right? We got to master these things. We got to get the fundamentals down pat with goal setting, man. Specific, measurable, action, relevant, and time frame. We want to make sure that we repeat this process over and over and over and over again. Why? Because it becomes mastery as you repeat it. As repetition increases, it becomes mastery. So you got to make sure that you take action and have this starting mat and always use it for the rest of the year, okay? This is your starting mat for the rest of the year. Whenever you get frustrated and whenever you get down and whenever you feel like you're confused and you don't know which way to go, always refer back to your goals. Always refer back to your plan. Always refer back to this because it's going to help you take action and it's going to help you remain relevant, right? And once you write down your goals and your aspirations, I want you to put it somewhere where you see it every single day, okay? Every single day. You need to look at it every single day. You need to refer back to it every single week. You need to have an hour session with yourself, with your wife, with your partner, with your friends, whatever the goal is or whoever the goal is with. And you need to sit down and look at your goals and see, okay, we didn't accomplish this in January like we wanted to, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to take those goals that we had in January and we're going to make them for February, okay? All you got to do is push them back. It's not the end of the world. It's not over. You can't quit right now. You can't give up right now. You can't run out of energy right now. You just have to push the deadline back, okay? You have to rework it, okay? You might not get it in a time frame that you want, but you can always move your goals back and you can get it next month. For example, if your goal is to make $100,000 and you don't make $8,000 in January, that's cool. You can make $20,000 in February. You can make $60,000 in March. You don't have to make $8,000 every month on time, because you can also always make it up. You can always do more. You don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to say, oh, I made $8,000. It's time for me to stop. Heck no, if I make $8,000 in a week, I'm trying to make $16,000 next week. You don't have to stop. You don't have to give in. You don't have to get frustrated, man. You always have to follow through. You always have to push through. You always have to keep moving one step at a time. 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 And you always have to make sure that you refer back to your goals, okay? You always have to make sure you refer back to your plans. You always have to make sure you refer back to your daily action steps, because consistency is what separates the strong from the weak. You have to be consistent with this thing, man. You can't make goals in the beginning of January and give up on them at the end of January. That's not how it's gonna work. You're not in the game to quit. You're not in the game to give up. You're not into game to make excuses and throw it away. You're in the business of achieving your dreams. You're in the business of taking your family to the next level. You are in the business of taking to yourself to the next level. You are not in the business of giving up. You are not in the business to fail and run away. If you fail, learn from your mistakes. Like, I know you've seen videos where everybody's talking about fail fast, fail forward, fail and make progress, whatever it is, right? All of those things. Why? Because humans learn best from experience, and failure is your best friend. Why? Because when you fall down, when you walk, you get back up and you learn how to walk. No one ever falls down when walking and says, I'm never going to walk again, right? Everybody learns how to walk. Nobody falls off their bike and say, oh, I'm never going to ride a bike again. No, you get back up and you try again. If your business fails, you get a better business model and you try again, okay? If your relationship fails, it's okay. You try again. You have to continue to try and try and try, because this is your roadmap to success, all right? This is your roadmap to success. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can take this SMART, right? And then you can add the ER for smarter. And the ER is evaluate, right? If you evaluate at the end of 6 months and you see where you at in your progress, you can say, okay, we did this within the first 3 months. It didn't work out, but what we did in the last 3 months worked tremendously. So now we're going to take what we did in the last 3 months and apply that to the next 3 months, so then we can have 6 months of consistency, okay? You have to evaluate your goals. You have to evaluate your business model. You have to evaluate who you're hanging out with. What are you doing with your time? Are you watching TV? Are you writing your book? Are you saving money? Are you spending money? You always have to evaluate, right? And after you evaluate, you give yourself the reward. And you get a reward after you complete what you set out to do. If you set out to lose 5 pounds in a month, and at the end of the month you lose 5 pounds, congratulations. Clap it up for yourself. You deserve a reward. That's the smarter method, okay? So, you have to go into this thing with the end in mind, right? In the Bible, it says God called the end from the beginning, meaning he had the end in mind before he set the beginning up, right? Listen to this example. Before you leave your house, you have your end destination in mind. Before you leave your house, you know you're going to your mom's house. Before you leave your house, you know you're going to work. Before you leave your house, you know you're going to the grocery store. We have the end in mind, and we don't even realize that we have the end in mind. Like, before you wake up, you know that you got to go to school tomorrow. You have to be at this job interview by 9 a.m., all right? You have the end in mind when you start your day before you leave your house. Now we have to have the end in mind when we set our goals, so that we can stay consistent with our goals and we can achieve our wildest dreams, all right? Everything you ever wanted is an arm's length away, but you got to reach for it, all right? It's not going to fall into your lap. You got to go out and get it. You got to go out and hustle. You got to go out and grind. And you got to go out and make it happen, because nobody's going to give it to you. I wish they was. I wish it was that easy. 2018 taught me that starting a business is not as easy as you thought it was, as I thought it was going to be. And I can honestly say that. So I had to reevaluate. I had to create more goals. I had to create better action steps. But I didn't give up on my goals. I didn't stop goal setting. I know that it's just like shooting free throws. I know that it's just like throwing passes. I know that it's just like hitting baseballs. You got to continue to do it until you master it, okay? The pros, the professionals, the CEOs, the millionaires have learned the art of mastery, the art of repetition, okay? When you create these goals, you become a creator. And I know a lot of us believe in spirituality, so your creator is the one who created you, right? So you're and yourself are a mini creator. You have the power to create. Your thoughts are things. Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are right 100% of the time. If you feel like you can't put on 10 pounds, you won't put on 10 pounds. If you feel like you can't lose 10 pounds, you won't lose 10 pounds. You're right. You're a creator. You create your own reality. Your thoughts are things. You are a child of the creator. Therefore, you are a creator. And this is your creation. This is your roadmap. This is your standard to living. This is your purpose. Every single day you get up, you know your why is your children, your spouse, and your family. This is why you fight every single day, and you use this roadmap as your creation, as your starting point to success. You are a creator. You are an individual. You are powerful. Powerful meaning full of power, okay? You are powerful. You have the influence. You have the ability to achieve your wildest dreams. And this is your first creation, your goals. This is your first creation, all right? So take care of this as if it was your baby, okay? Take care of this as something precious, all right? And remember, nothing works unless you do. It's your boy Ariel, and welcome to 2019. And guess what? Your friends, your family, your boss, your coworkers, they not ready for that untapped potential in you. And you're going to tap into that potential, and you're going to take off, and everybody going to think it's overnight, but they ain't see the grind. They ain't see the hustle. They ain't see the late nights in the gym. They ain't see the late nights putting on the muscle. I'm trying to tell you, you can do it. You will do it, and you must do it. It's your boy Ariel, and we out. Peace.